Hello crafters, it's Chris from Crafts with Chris, and we're going to go ahead and make that card today. So for your cardstock today, you will need a piece of cherry cobbler, A2 size, so it's 8.5 by 5.5, fold at 4 1/4. You also will need a piece of smoky slate. This is cut 3 3/8 by 5. You also will need a strip of smoky slate. This is cut 5.5 by 1. So we'll need a scrap piece of smoky slate. It needs to be big enough to stamp out 2 large ornaments and 1 small one. And then a piece of Night of Navy. This is cut 5 1/4 by 4. The stamp set we're using is Chrismas Gleaming. And I'm also using the coordinating punches. We also will be using the Buffalo Check stamp set. The inks I'm using will be Night of Navy and Versamark. I've got my Night of Navy here and my ornaments. So I'm going to stamp out the large ornaments, 1 of each design in Night of Navy. And then the small ornament in there, I'm going to also stamp that out. So we're going to bring in our punches and we're going to go ahead and punch these ornaments out. So you're going to set your ornaments aside that you punched out. You're going to bring in your Buffalo Check stamp and the Merry Christmas out of the Chrismas Gleaming set and your Versamark ink. Before we go ahead and put our ink down, you're going to go ahead and take the embossing buddy, and I'm just going to rub it up here in the corner because this is where I'm stamping the Merry Christmas. So I'm going to ink that up and just stamp that down right in the corner. So once we have this stamped, we're just going to set that aside for a minute before we add our emboss powder on there. You're going to bring in your strip, and I'm also going to take my embossing buddy here and just rub that over the top. Then you're going to bring in your Buffalo Check stamp, and you're just going to ink up a section of it big enough to fit your strip of paper. Actually, I'm going to go this way. And then you're going to take your strip of paper, your 1-inch strip here. I'm going to flip it because that's the side we used our emboss buddy on. And then we're just going to press this down and give it a good impression on here. So it should look something like that. So what I'm going to do is put these on a scrap piece of paper, and I'm bringing in the silver emboss powder. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some embossing powder on both of these. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my heat tool, and I'm going to put it on the hottest setting, which is number 2. I'm going to let it warm up first, and then I'm just going to emboss these. I have my Night of Navy and the smoky slate piece that we're going to glue inside the card. I have this little piece out of the Chrismas Gleaming stamp set, and all I'm going to do is ink that up and just put one little stamp image of it right at the bottom, right in the center. We're going to go ahead and bring in all of our pieces of our card and assemble the card. I noticed this piece here is actually 1.5, and I want it to be 1 inch. So you guys should have the 1-inch strip. It's also measured 5.5. The reason why I do that is because when I emboss, I like to have a little room in case my ends don't look just right. So you're going to want to go ahead and trim this down to 5 1/4. And yours, like I said, yours should already measure 1 inch. I'm just going to go ahead and correct mine. We're just going to take our cherry cobbler, fold it in half. And then on the inside, I'm just going to put my piece of smoky slate. So then you're just going to take your snail adhesive, and you're going to take your Night of Navy and just go ahead and put that on the outside. You're going to take your strip, you're going to use some snail adhesive, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay this almost in the center. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your Christmas ornaments. I've already put some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals on the back of them, and I'm going to take my little one and I'm going to put that right here in the corner. And then you're going to have your 2 that are the different patterns. I'm going to take this one here, that's the same pattern as the little one, and I'm going to kind of pop this up over here. And then this guy goes right in the center. So that's it to that card. Super simple. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I also would love to hear from you guys in the comments. And don't forget to share this video with your family and friends so they can make this too. Please subscribe below and don't forget to ring that bell. I also offer a newsletter that I would love for you to sign up for. You will get 30 free card ideas just for signing up. Thanks for watching.